front foot. So obviously we have been used to seeing him quite a lot of the times on the left-hand side for Arsenal, so we'll have a look at him there first. So if we talk about the front four players, and I think with him playing on the left-hand side as well, we can actually bring Pogba into this, and we can in fact bring Luke Shaw as well. So we talk about Luke Shaw has been doing very well for Manchester United recently. With Sanchez on this left-hand side, we know that he likes to go narrow. We know that he likes to come inside in his favoured foot. So what that does, it means the opposition full-back, the opposition right-back, he's going to have to come narrow as well. So all of a sudden, there's space here for Luke Shaw to get into. He's very good at doing that, getting into areas. And not just that as well, we've seen Paul Pogba, he's at his best when he's starting a little bit deeper, but able to get forward, able to get behind the opposition midfield when he's got the insurance of the central midfielders other than himself sitting back. So as we talk about Sanchez, near enough going into that centre-forward role, all of a sudden he creates two bits of space. The space for Shaw, but not just that, for Pogba to get forward as well. And the amount of times we see Pogba getting forward, finding himself in this position, and he's prepared to shoot, especially when teams sit deep. So that's where he will work out on the left-hand side. Like I say, Luke Shaw will get beyond him. Pogba will get into the space that's been created by him. And Sanchez, he likes to get onto his right foot. He's got a fantastic shooting ability as well, coming in off that left-hand side. So that's with Sanchez on the left-hand side. Now let's just have a look at him in the centre-forward role, because we know he can play there as well. He played there on numerous occasions for Arsenal. A lot of people will probably look at Sanchez and think, right, he's got the pace, he's got the power, so he's going to look to get him behind. But he's a very intelligent centre-forward when he plays in that position. So if we just look at the front four now, what he does, and he does it very well, is he drags players out. So at times we've seen him drop deep. He dropped deep, Ozil would then go in behind, or other players would look to go behind, the likes of Welbeck, Iwobi as well. And what he does, and he does it really well, he's drop into these areas. Now the problem you've got as a centre-back, if you don't go in with him, that means he can turn, he can find space for himself, and he's more than happy to shoot from 20, 25 yards out. But what will happen more often than not is that the opposition centre-back will go out with him. That leaves space then for Rashford to get in there. Or, if this centre-back comes out, all of a sudden, there's space for Martial, or whoever it is in the wide area, to get into there. And because he drops so deep, and the centre-back's looking to go, not only Rashford, Martial, whoever's in them wide areas will find space in behind, but also Lingard as well. Manchester United are blessed with great pace, and maybe at times if Sanchez does find himself in that centre-forward position, him dropping deep and trying to drag the opposition back four will create space in behind. And then finally, let's have a look with Sanchez on the right-hand side. Now, it's not a position that he's predominantly played too much at Arsenal, but at Barcelona his last season, I think he played in 29 games. I think he got 19 goals and 10 assists in his final season playing on the right of the front three, and he was absolutely excellent. Then he moved to Arsenal after that. So if we look at him in this position, so we talk about the likes of Rashford, Sanchez, like I say, these could be different players that are around, Lingard as well. We bring Valencia into this one as well. Now, the beauty of if Sanchez is playing on the right, if he does keep the width, if he decides to keep the width, that means that Valencia can back him up. But what we do see by and large is that Valencia loves to get down the width of the pitch. But if Sanchez does keep his width, the main man that will probably benefit from that could well be Lukaku. Because all of a sudden, this space becomes three. Because the centre-back and the full-back have been separated from the opposition. That means that Lukaku, he'll have the presence of mind to maybe look and think, right, okay, this is the channel that I can get into. I can get in here and maybe get myself through on goal. But not just that, if Sanchez goes into the wide areas, you've got the likes of Lukaku, Lingard, Rashford looking to get into the box. And if they change it a little bit and the ball's coming down the left-hand side, one thing he did do at Barcelona on numerous occasions, he found himself at that far post to put the ball into the back of the net from coming in late from the wide area, so he gives an extra man in that position as well. So all in all, I think it's a fantastic signing for Manchester United, not just because he's gonna strengthen the squad, he could possibly strengthen the starting 11, it's just the way that he can play in so many different positions. I think that's going to be fantastic for Manchester United. He'll bring out the best